Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of attempting to install Arch Linux on this Odroid board. Apparently we've done four streams of this so far, and four failures. So we're well actually three. Hopefully the fourth time's the charm, because the third time was the biggest failure, obviously. It actually got so bad to where I had to install Ubuntu onto an SD card and also press down two little pads on there right here. I mean, if you want to actually see it, they have a diagram which has all that. But today, hopefully, we're just gonna load into Ubuntu and attempt to fix everything I did. So I don't believe I need to power it on using any fancy methods today. I think we can just plug it in. It should just boot from the SD card. That's one thing that is important, is that it wasn't booting from the UMS into UMS mode before. So, which means like when it boots into UMS mode, that means that it prioritizes using the OTG to allow you to basically becomes a mass storage device. But it doesn't do that if it has something on the eMMC. It wasn't doing that, so it was prioritizing the eMMC the entire time, which is why we had so many issues yesterday. Of course, I don't have an HDMI splitter set up, so we're not going to use that. And we're also not going to plug it in until I see that this is not flashing, which it isn't. So I think we are still Ubuntu. Still Ubuntu-niced right now. Oh, it is flashing blue. Alright. That's a good start. So we're going to install from Ubuntu, probably. Which, unfortunately, I don't have the splitter set up, so this is going to look shitty. And this is also in the shot. Get that out of the shot. Please do not have this in the shot. Oh god. Yeah, you know what? I should probably set up a splitter for this. Yep, splitter time. What is it doing? PCI link fail. Video codec could not request a TRQ. Something about a video codec. Interesting. Maybe it just needs me to unplug this for a second. Anyway, it's just booting up, so we'll give it its time to boot up, and while that's happening, unplug this fucking cable. So, get that set up. Splitter time. Well, we like the splitters on this channel, but splitter. Oh, son of a. No signal, thank God. Alright. That's perfect. Then we have this cable. I mean, this splitter can just go behind the fucking setup. Oh god. It's no longer wanting to be a thing. There we go. Alright, well for now we're just gonna leave that as is. Okay, that's not working. Let's fix that. Pipe wire? Does it work now? No. Okay. Set it to that. Perfect. Nice. It should have booted up by now, probably. I can't see the display because I don't have it plugged into this shit. This should be able to go behind everything, which is my idea, is I'm going to place the splitter behind everything. Get this out of the way in case it causes some funny business to happen. I mean, that's one way of getting it out of there. Then this... Oh, shit. The setup is done on stream. Alright, there we go. Get that shit out of there. This. Boom. Over to the splitter. Perfect. Don't plug it in yet. I don't think that's a good idea yet. Alright, then we just need a normal HDMI cable. Regular HDMI cable, if I can grab it. Should be like in the back there, or no? No, it isn't. Maybe it's somewhere else. Pull this back. Yeah, it's not in there. Unless it's in here. Bundled up somehow. Yeah, no, I don't think it's in there. Okay. Move this shit. Alright, so we have that set up. We just need to get the other HDMI cable, and then we'll be good. Good to start engineering from the fucking OS itself. I also have the shitty keyboard today. In addition to everything else we're doing. Oh, there it is. It's even bundled up for some reason. Alright, this should be fun. Time to unzip tie it. Also got the micro. We're not going to be needing the USB micro today. But I have it. Then this goes here for now. Ooh. Plug that in. The splitter is just such a pain in the ass, bro. I'd say it's not worth it, but in this case it is, because making somebody suffer through watching that shit will be painful. Ugh, box cutter time. I don't know if the box cutter is going to do it on this. It might. Might just do it. Actually, it'd probably be smarter to just pull out this shit. The ultimate tool. World's greatest tool right here. Since it isn't really that tight, and this is better for keeping my cables from breaking and getting cut and other terrible things. If I can use it. Yeah, it didn't go. Oh, shit. Did it go? Oh, it kind of went. Yeah, it kind of did. Oh, there's a second thing under there. Oops. Well, that was something I wouldn't have wanted to break, but just did. Nice. There we go. Back to how things should be. Cable management is an absolute pain in this setup. There's 1,000 cables going everywhere. And half of them you can't see, but that's okay, because it's the cables you can't see that are the most annoying. US HDMI card, or whatever. Shove that right above the shove that above the microphone, actually. That's the better port for it. Never mind, I take that back. It would have been better to shove it on the one that the fucking camera's in. Boom. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. That'll be fun. Perfect. Now it's time to switch scenes. And see if... Okay, so we got the Ubuntu server login screen. Perfect. Switch scene. This one's just a big scene, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take the screen capture. We're going to remove that. Then I'm going to add in a new capture. We're going to shrink down that one. Video capture device V4L2. Add existing. I think it should be add existing for the first one. And now I can just shrink this down. Oh. Oh. That's not what I want to do. That. Oh. Well, that changes everything. Never mind. Remove that big one. V4L2, add existing, it's the 3. Yes, I believe so. Oh, but that needs properties. For YU12 emulated. 3 point something. Oh, that changes a lot. I can't do 2 at once? 2 VL4 things at once, right? That's great. Well, that's fine. V4L2. Add existing. Do the 1. And then it's going to shrink everything down and I'm going to have... Oh, there we go. I got it to work perfectly. This is beautiful. Now everything's set up. My bad. That's my bad, guys, for setting this shit up on stream. But see, we have an Ubuntu here, and I don't remember the actual credentials. I'm gonna have to get on my keyboard. Secondary keyboard. I think it's just the same as it should be. Should be the same as what the actual default install is. So for Odroid, we'll do this. We have to get into the eMMC today. So last time we tried, or the past 2 times we've been fucking around with universal mass storage device mode or mass storage device mode or something. That's not a good idea. It's a bad idea. So today we're gonna not do those bad ideas and we're gonna do good ideas. Odroid, and then it's also just Odroid right now, but this is not the final installation we're doing. This is an install to get us to the next install. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be we have to have a USB. We're gonna have to use an OS to install Arch Linux and prototype and shit. And this is the perfect way of doing it. Ubuntu, by the way. Well, soon to be Arch, but we have to use Ubuntu to actually fuck around with this shit now. Oh shit. My brain is dumb. Alright, so there's a few things here. There's an MMC block and an MMC block 0. So when we flashed it in the last episode, let's create... I have an idea, so let's go ahead and create some... So the way I fixed it was I pressed that down and held it, and then I put Ubuntu into it. I put Ubuntu on an SD card and this works. And that's the way to fix the hard brick for it. So what we're going to do is... ls. I want to see what directories are here. We're going to make directories, and actually... a little ls here. It looks like a standard... like ARM installation, by the way. Just like a normal ARM installation looks like. Because this is very familiar stuff. So yeah, you can't use universal mass storage mode or whatever, UMS mode, if you have the eMMC flashed with a OS. It wants to boot from the eMMC first, regardless of if you're pressing the pad down. So to get past that, I just decided to put the SD card with an OS on it because it wants to boot an OS. So it doesn't want to boot UMS mode or whatever it was from that. We're going to make directories for doc. Actually, let's go ahead and... Ubuntu is going to want to say, no, you can't do that. Or actually, no, we can make a directory. Wow, what's it going to do? Ask me to fucking sudo doc1. Permission denied. God damn it. Ubuntu the savior. Bro, this is crazy that we're using Ubuntu. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to mount, actually ls, we already have a BLK listing. Block 1 block 1 0p1. BLK1. Actually, What am I doing? Bro, my brain is off right now. I just streamed for too long. Mount. Actually, it's got to be sudo as well. Right? Sudo mount. Slash. Wait. Where are they mounted at? Where are they located at, actually? Where are they? Not in dev SDA. They're not there. They're not in SDA. Oh. What? So do I just do MMC block? BLK 1P1 doc. Okay. They're not there, but I guess it's mounted at boot. MMC block 1 is mounted at boot. Then it has a 512 megabyte partition. That one has a 7 gigabyte partition. And then those ones are just disk. Let's try fdisk MMC block. Maybe, if we can't get that to work. Yeah, we could try that. Mount, well, let's try mounting disk. I mean, those are types. Wait, when I do, let me see what I do when I do on my actual main system on this. I'm gonna just test it out on my main system right now. So when I do it here, I do lsblk, and then it pulls up all of those, and it gives you mount points usually. So if I had an SD card in it, would probably give me the mount point is /dev/SDA or something. Maybe it's /dev. But let's try ls/dev, or actually ls. Is there a dev in here? /dev? Yeah. ls dev. Dev contains all kinds of stuff, like RAM and stuff. But that makes sense as well, because technically this should also... Wait, does this also include your... Oh, it includes a GPIO chips in here too. I2C, GPIO4, BTRFS control... Well, that's bad. I hate BTRFS. MMC block. So yeah, it's the same as what we've done. Just do /dev and then everything else. Dev/SDA in this case, because we're acting as the root. ls doc. bootlogo.bmp.gz. There's a DTB 6.1 for Rockship, which is just like what we had when I initially set it up. boot.scr, config.ini. That looks like what I did. Then it has a boot.scr. Nano dev or nano doc /boot.scr. Fish flash kernel boot.scr Odroid RK3566. Boot script using the new unified command handling. This looks like the stuff we did when we followed that one forum. This is the stuff we copied into it. And it's not been wiped. So this could potentially be causing the issue, is that we have shit located there on the actual disk itself. ls doc. Well, let's see. Yeah, those look about right, like it's done something. Yeah, this makes sense. Alright. Alright, so we'll do LSBLK again. So we have MMC block 0. Actually, let's umount doc first. Sudo umount doc. Doc. Let's go ahead and edit that original command so that way when we do this, it will just mount the whole entire partition, right? Mounted or at the point be busy. P2 ls doc, which has bin boot dev doc. Doc? Why is there doc listed in there? ls doc / doc. There's nothing in doc and doc. What the fuck is that? Okay, well that's where we're at. So then let's just umount where we're at. That's a bad idea. I suppose we'll have to umount our doc yet again. Or maybe I did it wrong? Oh wait, I did. Why did I do umount, bro? My brain is fried from those streams. ls doc. What's in doc? Nothing is in doc. Okay, then, if they're, that's good. We'll try to mount. Okay, so partition 1 is where I'm at? Am I in partition 1? What am I doing? So that one's mounted at doc, but then there's also doc. What the fuck is going on? Is there 2 docs I don't know about? So then there's MMC partition 2, or MMC BLK 0. Partition 2 and mount it to doc. We're probably going to end up fdisking all of this and retry the original installation procedure. I think that's a decent idea. We still have the UMS image, so if we were to wipe it all off, I figure we could probably redo that procedure that was prescribed in the other method. Or we do the entire procedure from Ubuntu for Odroid M1S, and then try it again that way, inside the server instead of doing it with extra steps. Well, which means we'll have to clone a GitHub repository in the server, which is not hard to do, I don't think. Just typing stuff in correctly. ls doc. There's a bin, a lib, an sbin, and a tmp. So then what's in the bin? Bin, doc / bin. Nothing in bin? There's nothing in bin. Okay. What about -a? There's nothing in bin. Okay, what about lib? Is there anything in lib? Nothing in lib. Okay, sbin. Nothing in sbin. Or var, probably. Probably also var. Oh! There's games, mail, opt, run, spool, and tmp. Try games. Nothing in games. What about lib? dbus, dhcp, krbf, kdc, machines, miscellaneous, pacman, portable. Okay, that is a arc installation on the eMMC itself. So we found out where the arc install we did yesterday was. So it tries to boot both of those, fails, and I figure that's why it was taking so long while it was flashing. No games. Local. There's nothing in local. Is there? Wait, I'm still in var. Just list everything. Oh, fuck. I just want to list everything in these. Pac-Man, BTMP. So like the ones that, there's one with mail for spool. Old private journal. Machines. Well, what if I want to list every single fucking thing in there? Every single, holy shit. That's a lot. I think we could be safe to attempt to uninstall the other... Actually, we need to F-disk the whole thing and just format the entire eMMC, I think. And then try to reflash the image we tried flashing on there yesterday. I think that's going to be what we're going to do. So we're going to... I should probably find a way to scroll up. Page up? No. I don't actually know how to scroll up from here. Should be able to if I had like a mouse. Maybe I could do that with a mouse. Bro, I'm gonna grab my mouse to do this shit. Well, it looks like we're getting another peripheral. Even though I like to just use one peripheral. Like Arch Linux's ultimate distro, I figure may as well make it into a Arch Linux archpad promax tablet. Might as well. Beats iPhone, iOS, beats Android. Oh, that doesn't do anything for us. That doesn't help me at all. Okay, never mind. I take back. Redact all statements about it plugging in a mouse to a fucking server. Anyway, I already have an idea. We're just gonna F-disk the whole thing. Refollow the procedure from yesterday. And test it. And go from there. We have a method of getting everything back to how it should be. So today will be a lot easier, potentially. Could be a lot longer. If we fuck shit up, we can still redo everything. So lsblk. We're going to sudo umount doc pipes ls. What, the other one? I'm just gonna F-disk because I think I know which partition's which, because one of them was very familiar, the other one's not. But I'm also, doesn't matter, I think I'm just gonna F-disk both partitions, just the whole thing. So, let's see. Fdisk /dev /mmcblk. Or can I just do mmc? ls/dev. Please tell me there's a way to do the whole mmc block. 0. I think we'll have to do them one at a time if we do it like that. God, that's painful. Alright. Fdisk mmc blk. Unless there's a way to do all of them. 0 has all of that. Well, I could just do 1. Or maybe we can somehow delete an entire thing. Oh, we'll try fdisk on mmc block 1. That's the one that doesn't have all the extra stuff, which means it probably wasn't the one we flashed yesterday. MMC block 0 has boot and stuff. Wait. Oh, that'll be fine. Oh, wait. I need a sudo. Disk is currently being in use. Repartitioning is probably a bad idea. It's recommended to umount all file systems and swap off all swap partitions on this disk. Q. LSBLK. see if it's mounted anywhere. That one's mounted at boot. Maybe that's the boot partition. We explored that one yesterday, and it has, like... That's not the one I did. The one I did had 3. Wait, so... Yeah, the one I did had 3. Then... None of these have 3. The MMC blocks are weird. Those might be just... Okay, so what we're going to do is not F-disk this one, because that is us. No, I'm pretty sure... Okay, so what we're going to do is actually... If the MMC block has Pac-Man, then we have what we're looking for. MMC block 1. Because if it has Pac-Man, then it's the one I installed before. We gotta put the other shit too. Dev slash, and then doc. Wait. Alright, so yeah, maybe we do have to sudo umount all of them. Good idea. Umount. Oh, some of them are busy. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and F-disk it anyway. Actually, hold on. Well, we've unmounted ourselves. I guess partition 2 is the only one we need. I think that's us. I think the one listed as /boot is part of our partition. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and say that 0 is the one I want to destroy. I want to get rid of it. So, what we're gonna do instead is actually, you know what? I think we can do wipe fs, right? Wipe fs dash maybe R, or actually device type offset level lsblk. Okay, it's still there. Dash H, right, for help. Options device. Alright, force erasure. So we're gonna do dash F. Right, that should be what we need. Dash F. Wipe FS. Invalid option? Oh, dash F. Or am I wrong? Or did I do it wrong? What am I doing? Maybe it's at wipe fs and then do dash f. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I just realized what I'm doing. Scroll all the way up to this one and then put the dash f before that. Dev and then MC block 0. Then try lsblk again. Still not going. Deb here? Yeah. We tried installing Arch on this board yesterday, and then we bricked the board. So I am using Ubuntu to recover the board, and then install Arch again, or attempt to install it. But we basically just used some random guy's image off of GitHub to try to put Arch on here. At least say that I could put Arch on it, or try to say that I put Arch on this board. There's no fun OSs for these ARM boards. We need Arch. It's fun OS. Right there. Arch on every board. Let's try the wipe fs-h. Dash F, so that's force. Maybe all magic strings? Ah, sure, we'll put dash A. Oh, hold on. There we go. We'll put dash A in there. All. Oops. Now if we do lsblk, it should have done something. It's gone. Perfect. Good luck, I'm also hitting my head in local LLM. It's pretty cool. So, like, oh, you're setting up your own local LLM? It's pretty cool. So then, that's done. What's MMCBLK0 still doing? I guess that's, so there's, wait, how is it that there's a 7 GB one and then there's, maybe the board needs to be rebooted, but I don't know. Okay, so we've gotten rid of that. Then what's the MMC block 0 or 0 boot 0 and boot 1? What are those doing? Alright, let's try not messing with those ones probably. But those might be the ones from before. Actually, we have to mount them to find out what they are. Mount dev slash mmc blk0 boot 0, which is weird that it's written like this, but doc. Oh, what? Interesting. Can't find valid F2S file system in 1th superblock. Second superblock? Okay, that's fair. So yeah, I think that's because we wiped it. Alright, well then we'll just fdisk, and this is an MMC for some reason, which shouldn't be the case. We're on an SD card. But I guess it detects it as an MMC anyway, who knows. Alright, if this is the case, then we are going to go ahead and fdisk MMC0. Or could we do the entire install from we could try the entire install from here, potentially. People like graphical user interfaces, by the way. They're kind of friendly, and that's what I'm thinking about. Do I want to go onto my main desktop and try flashing it through UMS, or do I want to try doing it from a terminal the entire time? Probably going to go through the terminal method. It's pain, but why not? Shouldn't be afraid of the terminal. It should be easy. If I just look up the answers, search for them, deep in my heart. All right. So the wrong FS type. So fdisk. I guess we'll fdisk. There's stuff that I have to know about this board specifically, because you have to. We might have to do some research again, but I don't want to use that one guy's image because it's fucking weird. But there's like a lot of low-level stuff going on when you do this installation, because you have to have a section specifically allocated to the bootloader itself. Oh, is that like unplugged now? Or actually no. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fdisk mmc, or yeah, /dev. Let's reboot actually. I think that's a good idea. Try that. Oh, Ubuntu. Terrible. Ubuntu super virus. Ubuntodium. Auto. Noise. We're back to the Ubuntus. God damn it. Alright, so it's giving us this stuff. I mean, Ubuntu works. Maybe we can just cannibalize pieces of Ubuntu to get it to boot. Or maybe we have to write my own bootloader to the fucking boot partition or some shit. Might have to do that. Yeah. Definitely save this. Even though it's having whatever this is, it's still having a stroke about something. Oh, we love Ubuntu on this channel, don't we? Well, our first installation was Linux Mint when I first started. And then we've worked our way in the past few months through Fedora to this Arch attempt on attempting Arch on every system. We put Arch on the Pi 5 and that was not hard. I mean, the Pi 5 was basically just the Pi 4 setup, but with like some slight modifications to like the lowest, or like the kernel had to be 6.17 just to get the internet to work. I was able to get it to run with 6.18, but to get it to run with the with internet, I had to do 6.17, and then yeah, obviously that sucks to do. Painful to install it on a Pi 5. I do have some other boards that we could try, but these are like more risky and really not worth the effort in my opinion, because then specifically this one, which has no internet at all, like this does not have an internet card or anything, so no antenna, nothing. Oh, get all this rubbish off my screen. It's too bloated. Alright, we're gonna do LSBLK. That reveals that we're mounted on the MMC as well. So even though I'm running it through the SD card, we are mounted on the MMC for whatever reason. Or that's just us. We're just there. So, there's 2 boots, and I don't know what that is. Also, this is information that's important, I suppose. So, what I could do is, like, attempt to flash another image to an SD card and try to get it set up so it looks like this. And then we figure out what goes in each of those partitions, and then we set it up from there. I mean, hell, I think it's definitely worthwhile. Worth an attempt, at least. Yet another USB device to plug into my system. Alright, let's go ahead and get me into OBS Studio so I can attempt to have 3 monitors that don't exist. Scene 2. Whoa. Nobody was expecting Scene 2 to be amazing. The secret projects. Ah, here we go. Slight delay on my mouse, but... oh god. That's kind of in my way. Let me move that to like that side. Alright, perfect. I also learned how to color my terminal now, so it looks pretty cool, right? 10 out of 10 on my terminal coloring. Why do you have so many SBC? Are you an SBC collector? I enjoy SBC. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Honestly, I just got the Odroid N2L because I was like, yeah, it's about to not be available, so why not get it? Since they're not going to make it anymore. It's a pretty cool board too. Even though it has no internet or anything like that, it's a very cool board. Plus I was going to build a phone out of one of these, but honestly that's not something I'm interested in anymore, because I don't know, it's just too much effort. A lot of extra shit as well. So I have the terminal over there. I do need to... we could try flashing... no, what are we trying to do? LSBLK. Or actually... no, we don't need to do that. LSBLK. Wait, it doesn't even mount that SD card anymore. What the fuck? It doesn't mount it. What the fuck? What is that? That's weird. That's weird. Okay, so it doesn't want to mount my SD card on this thing. What the hell? The main system doesn't want to register the SD card. Just in case that helps it, I don't know how that would. Maybe I fried this yellow SD card. It's an A2 spec. Do it again? Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Oh god. There's also major and minority, tiny. Oh god. SD card reader, please. Maybe I've reached the limit for the amount of USB devices I can have plugged in at one time. Put it into the USB 3. I'm sure that will work. Nothing. Okay, good. So, yeah, that's not going to work today. I mean, it is making it hot, so it is trying to do something, but it does not work today. Bad. What if I try it on the non-main system? So I switch back to the other capture and try it over here to create a file system off of this thing. There's so much US bullshit. USB? No. Surely not. Universal serial bullshit. What if I try a different SD card? Actually, let's not do that in case it just fries it. Is it upside down, maybe? I could have put it upside. I don't think it's possible I put it upside down. I do have other SD cards we can test on, but clearly, weird. Definitely weird. Maybe the SD card reader has given up. I have a second SD card reader we can attempt to use. It's always good to have backups just in case. This one has been around for quite a while. Quite a long existence it's had for the channel. Ubuntu. Oh, let's switch this around to the yeah, switch it to the other scene. Oh, that won't fit there. It's too big to fit there. But it's got USB-C, so I can plug it in on the other USB-C. Ha! Plug it in. Hit it with the plugger-rooney. Oh. Shit. Nothing. Nothing. Perfect. None of my systems register this shit. Wow. Weren't we having problems with this yesterday on the main system? I guess the main system's fucked. The SD card is fucked. Interesting enough. I suppose it just needs a different SD card. We'll hit it with the Arco mode one. Just in case it's gonna fry another SD card. Would rather fry my x86 ARC. $32GB SD card. My DDR free right now, bro. Hit it with this one. You like Arch Linux, buddy? Got this SD card full of Arch Linux. Ah, it registers that one. But it doesn't register the fucking yellow one. The yellow one's fucking cooked. Bro, I fried an SD card yesterday. Damn. Well, that one shows STA 1 and 2. So, I mean, I guess we need to use that card but I kind of need to go take a piss, so I'll be back. Okay. And I've returned. So we can either set it up on this one, on this SD card, or try to figure out why that yellow one's broken. Why is it broken? This is a sad question to ask. Well, at least we got one of them to work. So we just have to copy all of the numbers from scene 1, or scene 0 to scene 2. From here to there, when we set it up. And I don't know how that works. Like, when it does LSBL, I think I need to do some reading, actually. Like, I actually probably should just read. Oh, right. Pull up a browser. Ew, disgusting. Get off my screen, bro. What is it? Make this tiny, because I can't see that shit. Bro, make it smaller. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we'll just type in LSBLK. Hit enter. Linux manual page. Perfect. Okay, this is painful for me to read. LSBLK to list all available columns. Output to also tree if trees used. Okay. Merge. Group parents of subtrees. Okay. Fair enough. We want to try to. I want to try and figure out what that means exactly. What major and minimum means. What major and minor means, or whatever. Maj and min means. Colors? Bro, that's such a useless thing. Why would you want colors? Maybe to see it better, but I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong side. So, maybe I need to move that so I can see what it looks like. Maybe they have a diagram? Huh? No. Is there like an all about LSBLK? Bro, I've typed it 1,000 times. Geeks for geeks. Yeah, but what does any of the output... Oh, here we go. The output's this shit. Boot EFI. Oh, you could get to your boot partition? Holy shit. Oh, wait. That makes sense, though. Tree-like format. Okay, but what does Maj:min mean? So major device number is probably different from minor device number. Represents the major and minor device use number by the Linux kernel to internally identify block devices. Okay. You need to make an alias for this? Alias? What do you mean? So like on the on here we have block numbers of what is it? 179.0, 179.1, which is and 2, which are your main portions, but then your boot's at 32, 64, and 96. So those boot partitions are at those numbers. They're at completely different numbers from the main shit. So when we do our setup, then we need to install all of the things on that one the same kind of way, I guess. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I don't know what exactly I'm doing. But we'll go back to here. Like alias L equals ls block. But what's that for then? What does that help me do? Like I don't know. Cause I've messed around with aliases and that's like to change colors and stuff, but like what? Oh, I know what you mean. To make it so I can just type L and it gives me ls block. Yeah, I guess that's one way of doing it, but I don't really care. It takes like 5 seconds to type out that. It takes like not even a second to type it out. System administration, they provided blah blah blah. Fucking AI. Introduction to LSBLK command. Oh, this one might actually be a good one. Gives us these. Mount point. Okay, so that really doesn't matter that much, though. So the Ubuntu is set up with those at 96, 64, and 32. There's the 96 and the 64 are 4 megabytes. I want to see what that is, actually. I want to see what those are. Like, I want to mount them and figure it out myself, what these are. For myself what these are. If we can figure out what they are, then that's a good step in the right direction. There we go. It should be like cd slash. There we go. We're at our root. So what I want to do is mount those. Or try mounting sudo mount dev slash not SDA mmc blk01. mmc blk 0 or yes p0 and then 1. Oh, it's just 0 boot 1. And then mount it to dock. Odroidium. Can't mount it. File system error because it's not a valid file system. F2fs-fs. Oh, it's a wrong type. So I can't interact with those two systems, I suppose, because they're not the same file type. MMC BLK0 at 32 is... Oh. That's where we want to install arch2. Then those other two are just boot partitions. And that's where you want to mount, and those are probably the ones that I made before. Because the ones I made before were 4,069 kilobyte, or no, 4,096 byte partitions. I think. No, I know that they were. If they're 4,096 bytes, that makes them 4 megabytes, I think. Pretty sure that's what it means. So then, if I mean, I can't really figure out what's in those from here, but if I had to guess, I can probably fdisk mmc, or yeah, /dev/mmc 0, or MMC BLK 0 to actually get us there. Alright, it needs to be done as sudo. Right. Device does not contain recognized partition table. Alright, we're gonna hit it with O. Created a new DOS partition. New DOS disk table with disk identifier. Alright, cool. We're gonna create three partitions. We could do that. We're gonna create a partition. So we're gonna hit it with P. Or actually, no. Let's do P. See that there's nothing in there? I don't see anything in there. But we're just gonna, let's just write that. Then we'll hit it with LSBLK. Still lists off all two boot partition thingies. Then what I'm gonna do is just clear everything. Alright, LSBLK. Get that again. And then we'll be able to do the well, let's go from the actual original installation guide we'd referenced. Arc ARM, and then it was like Odroid M1S. Installed on Odroid M1S, but it requires configuration of U-boot and the Linux kernel rather than just a simple pre-built. Yeah, but nobody said it has to be simple. Oh, this is that one we found before. M1 installation. So 0, the beginning of the SD card or eMMC module. So that's what you would normally do, is you'd 0 it and you'd set BS1M. So you use that. What does that mean? DD. I know DD is something to do with flashing. A low-level utility used for copying and converting raw data or files between devices and partition. Originally developed by Ken Thompson in 1974. Okay, so then this does if dev /0 of. Okay. So then, I guess what we do is then we just do that. I mean, I'm gonna pull this over so I can actually just look at this myself. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and then we'll just switch to the other scene. Right, yeah. Switch to the other scene and then pop out this, so I can see that while I do this. The difficulty. All right, so we're gonna do the DD part. So DD if equals /dev /MMC BLK 0, and then do the same thing on the next one. Or actually, if dev 0 of equals /dev, then SD, or no, not SDA, it's gonna be MMC BLK 0. Then if the /dev /0 of /dev /s or MMC, I don't know what that means. If that, I guess it's if it exists, then do BS 1M. I guess it means BS equals 1M, like to make it 1M, and then count is 8. Count equals 8. Try that out. BS equals 1M. And then also needs to be done as sudo. Just because we're running at a higher root. 8 plus 0 records in, 8 plus 0 records out. LSBLK, what did that do? It didn't do anything really. Interesting. Alright, then we're going to do fdisk on MMC0. MMC BLK0. Right. Sudo. And then slash dev. Oh, fuck. Slash dev slash. Alright, we're going to hit it with O. And we're going to create a primary P. Partition number 1. The 4096 at least. Has to be that. Enter. Plus 1G. We're gonna hit M. I'm not sure if I need to hit T or what. T, we can make it a VFAT partition, I believe. Right, but VFAT doesn't support symlinks, which we needed for the other thing. T. L. We can try LBA, but let's not do that really. We could also do GPT. Yeah, and then, oh wait, also, by the way, if you set, I believe Solaris is one of the ones that's useful, because it's technically swap, so BF would be swap. One of those is swap. I'm pretty sure it's the Solaris partition. I mean, VFAT worked on the Pi. Why did VFAT work there? And we had symlinks in that too. Didn't we have symlinks on the Pi? I swear to God we had. Let me just boot it up and see if I had symlinks on there. Or, yeah, I guess I could. Maybe later. Maybe later. Not during the stream. I don't want to unplug the keyboard. Okay, so... ext4, probably. Yes, we'll do ext4. ext, so 0f. Can we name it? Is there like an option to name it? Because you could name it in the other one where you could name it like boot. Then we need to make another new one. 2. ext4 for the win. Yep. One extended to, oh, 0 primary. Three. What the hell have we done to this thing? We fucked this thing up somehow. We have screwed this shit up so bad. Ain't no way. It ain't even gonna let me F-disk it, bro. We're trying to F-disk it on the machine. Bro, it's like we're F-disking itself, bro. It's like a parasite infected the machine. We're like a parasite in there. F-disking the machine. Practically an infection. Bro, this shit's so dumb. But it says there's 0 primary left. I'm guessing, well, I can't scroll up, but I'm assuming that there was 1 primary. Unless... Oh, wait. P? Oh, I'm just fucking dumb. Never mind. 2. Default. Plus 4G. Oh, plus G. Plus gigabyte. Damn. What do you mean values out of range? What do you mean? $4,095 is what it can do. This ain't right. Bro, this must be Ubuntu doing this shit. Ookie! Q. Okay, so that's wrong. We can't do that method. Alright. Well, let me just see how far we've gotten. Bro, I'm like 90% sure we can't put arc on this thing. I just don't really want to put all the effort in. We've already spent 4 days on it, I mean. I want to try Chimera OS though. It's something I've been thinking of. Apparently it's portable. One simply needs to create a C build profile, bootstrap the system, and possibly modify build templates that have architecture specific parts in them, which is kept to a minimum. The build system supports transparent cross-compiling. It also supports power systems too, which is interesting. Because that means it could work on like the Xbox 360, which is crazy, but not the because Arch Linux ARM is not a probably does not well Arch probably does not have a official Arch ARM isn't official either. It's weird. We're just trying shit that's weird. Man, I don't know anymore, man. I really want to try Chimera though. Chimera looks fun. So how would I start off with this then? Suppose I need to get it from their repository. And I don't know the steps to install that. But okay, we'll try this. Oh wait, there will also be... Yeah, there will also be issues with that as well. Okay. So we'll try out the other methods. Oh, never mind, that's the wrong keyboard. we'll try out what we did yesterday, where we got it to, I think it should be fine if we were to turn it off. But I'm going to try installing from the actual SD card. Try and see if I can get this to work from SD card. So what I need to do is start off with that. Alright, so we need uboot from master branch, Linux kernel 6.16.0-odroid ARM64 plus. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Actually, maybe I could just look at the code that this guy has set up. Config odroid m1s. Hell, at this point we may as well just fucking stick with the regular images. Normal people OS. But I'm also on the fence though. Kind of on the fence of what we're gonna do, what the next steps are. I mean, we've pretty much tried everything, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it to work. So, I mean, AI told us the right answers last time. I mean, with the Pi 5, most of the work was leveraged by asking the AI the questions. You must first build or flash a specific U-boot version, such as the ones in John's the Fox odroid M1S ARC repository that supports the M1S. As standard mainline U-boot, support may require manual configuration. While mainline kernels 6.1 plus are gaining support for the RK3566 series, many users currently rely on hard kernels 5.10Y or 4.19.x legacy kernels to ensure stable hardware support for NVMe, HDMI, and USB. Installation method: the common approach involves flashing a stock Ubuntu image to establish the bootloader, then replacing the root file system with Arch Linux ARM tarball, and manually configuring the boot.scr fstab files. Okay. So, let's see if we can install this then onto the thing. So then, maybe I can flash from this potentially to the other thing. Or we try getting it to UMS mode. Oh yeah, we can do that though. We can set it to UMS mode from here. Yes, we have a potential to do this. If you already have a or already in the U-boot console accessing via serial UART, UMS 0, MMC 0. Okay, maybe not that. Is it hot? Oh, it is kind of hot. It's kind of warm now. It's not hot, but it's warm. Warm for sure. That thermal paste we put on must be doing a good job. Let's try that. See if that works. Reboot UMS. As the Ubuntu image does not include the specific command. Use a micro SD card and micro SD cable. Well, alright, we'll just do, actually, well, let's try reboot UMS. There's nothing to stop me from doing that. Fuck. Okay. Wait. What? Sudo. Haha! I've brought it to UMS mode now. Oh shit. Did I actually do it? I might have put it in UMS mode. UMS mode confirmed. At this time, we've achieved a UMS mode. Yes. I think I got it. Now it should actually be ready to try UMS mode. Wait, this must be what we set up before. If this is what UMS mode looks like, where it's got this hard kernel screen, then, well, that's familiar, because that's when we failed it the first time. So, then if I just put my keyboard... Yeah, my keyboard isn't even lighting up right now. Which is a good sign that I've actually gotten us to UMS mode. In which case, we're going to try flashing to it. Oop. Yet another SD card. Nice. Nice. No ice, guys. USB-C. USB micro. Perfect. We're like at the micro USB. Tiny. Tiny micro USB, bro. Alright, plug in the tiny micro USB. Nice. Grab this and plug it in there. Wait, that's not gonna fit, is it? That's like micro USB big? Or it just looks big. It just looks big. Plug. Alright, then it doesn't get detected. But... oh, maybe we actually did break it this time? Fuck. That'd be crazy if we did. Well, if it's not shutting off, we will unplug it. I'll switch us back to the main view. In a second. But this should be everything set up to where... oh. Yeah, we might have to flash the image on one of these. I mean, maybe it will boot like this, but then who knows? It might just decide to not boot from that one. Let's not do that. Okay, remove that. Move that away so I don't have any potential of shorting anything. And then, yeah, put this right here, I suppose. And then switch us to scene 2. Nice. Oh, shit. What the... move that shit right in the corner. Boom. Perfect. It's not showing up, but if we do LSBLK, it still doesn't show up. It's not flashing or anything. Unplug. Okay. Flash a new image onto this one probably is what the right answer is. If that doesn't work, we just flash an image on this one. Alright, so then we'll flash to this 8GB one, the UMS image, but it won't go into UMS mode for whatever reason. And that gets registered. Or we could try building the actual OS again, using the partitions that they have here. We have a rootfs file system, and I mean, technically we have the boot file system. I mean, What's to stop me from using that? Okay, so ls doc sudo mount sda1 to doc. Is sda1 boot or root? It appeared to be boot. /dev / sda1 to doc. ls doc. Alright, that looks like everything we had set up in the first configuration. Quite literally just copying the Ubuntu server stuff. Then we will sudo umount it, because I know what it is now. Yeah, it's quite literally everything that was in the original one. So when we did it on our third attempt, we built our own kind of custom setup, custom image almost. But what is UMS mode? Universal mass storage mode or something? I don't know. Mass storage. It makes it a mass storage device. If you enter that, you can pretty much write straight to the MMC, which we did yesterday and the day before. It's probably what we were screwing up so much. Probably erased the bootloader. So, yeah, that could have happened yesterday. Alright, let's go ahead and alright, so we've done sudo umount doc, which means I can do mount /dev /sda 2 and mount that to doc ls doc /bin. But that's also everything for the kernel, right? This time I can actually scroll through it. ls usb umount system stuff. Fuser mount? What is fuser mount? What the fuck does that do? What if I fuser mount a USB to it? Does it make shit explode? Fuser. I mean, I guess the name implies what it does. Probably fuses shit together. Combines. Apt. Okay, this is a good sign that we probably don't want to do what I'm about to do, but if I did it, it would probably work. And what if we swap out bin for... Wait. Doesn't it specify some of this shit in the one article did? Or the forum did? It specified a lot of that shit. Manual configuration of the U-boot and the Linux kernel rather than using a simple pre-built official image from Linux ARM. But there was a topic, this one, view topic. ARM v8 generic. Copied root Fs to the internal eMMC storage. dev/mmc block. So we do need one that is going to be our MMC, like to get us to that download mode state. If we want to try writing this shit easily, that's going to have to, unless, here's what I could do, is I pre-package my Ubuntu image with a new image to put it in there. So what that means is we do all of the stuff you'd normally do, right? So we're gonna dock both. We're gonna just dock this one, but we're also gonna pull the actual boot image probably, and use that and make another one. So that would be like, we're gonna copy we'll call it a project or something, but I'll create a new one. Actually, I got it right here, secret project. Oh, what was this? Fucking get rid of this garbage. Alright, we're gonna create a boot and a root, but the root is gonna be custom. The boot, we're just gonna steal the Ubuntu boot and put it in here. So boot and root is all we need. Let me check the names on those. Root FS. Rename it to root FS, because that might be a part of the issue. Maybe it's like, oh, it needs to be root FS for it to actually work. Doc. So in doc 2, that's where all of this stuff is. The real question is, so what this is going to be is a package. This package is going to be the shit we're going to deploy to the Ubuntu image. The Ubuntu image is going to carry our package and deliver it to our host system, which is going to be this board. And then we don't have to do any MMC mode, which is absolutely great, because it wasn't working. Unless this cord is broken. I mean, I suppose we could try that too. If the cord's broken, it won't work, obviously, so... Oh, shit. Let me just scoot it all the way back. Scoot it back. Keep it as scooted. Keep it scooted. That cord should work, though. I could test it on another thing, and it probably would work. Actually, it'd be easier to just copy the fucking shit and put it straight on this thing from the Ubuntu image, but then I have to F-disk, and I don't want to F-disk really hard. F-disk too hard, guys. F-disk hurt my brain now. Also, there's a whole bunch of other stuff you have to do as well. Well, I still have to F-disk anyway if I do the partition, right? Bro, all of this is USB-C. USB-C, USB-C. More USB-C. Bro, all of my cables are USB-C. Okay. So that's... Right now we have all of our micro SD out of action. Micro SD. Micro USB. USB micro? USB micro. Okay. Well, that's sad. Unfortunately, going to scoot this up. Nice. Alright. Back to it. Alright, so we have boot and root FS. We're also going to create one called boot. We're just going to copy all the boot FS, or boot out of there. Here's what's going to happen is we're going to copy all, no. Believe we can just tar all of the, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I believe if I ls right now, I have a tar, or yeah, tar for the ARM RPI ARC64 latest. So cp-rf, and then we'll have to sudo that, probably. I don't think I have to, because I'm doing it to the desktop. Then we're just going to type out that name. Oh, it's in line, so it makes it really easy. -ARC64 late test .tar.gz.1. Then we'll do slash, what is it, the secret project fucking folder? Secret project in desktop, bro. With the fucking Debian logo. I mean, it technically is about to become a Debian super project or some shit. We're gonna use Ubuntu, which is based on Debian, to deliver our Arch installation to the eMMC on my board. This is insane. This is unlike anything else we've ever done on this channel before. Secret project? Why the fuck don't I just put it like how it should be in V? Format it like V. Right? Is it actually a secret project? Is that what it's called? Where's it at? Thunar? Is it a secret project? Yes. And then slash root fs. Or actually just do root. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and cd. Oh, actually, I could try. I'm not going to risk BSD tarring it everywhere. Bro, if I BSD tar that shit everywhere, we're just going to cd into the directory so I don't have to deal with anything stupid. Because I don't want to deal with nonsense like BSD tarring everywhere like we did on the RPI. Oh, did I copy the Raspberry Pi one? Shit. Well, that's okay. I can just delete that. We'll just RMRF it from the same directory. No, we'll have to... Let's just do the copy of the other one. Use this to stage my installations. It's also interesting to know how to manually install stuff, because obviously, in some cases, if you don't have an internet device, or like WLD or ETH0, or WLAN, or stuff like that, which a lot of times these just register it as WLD, not WLAN for internet, like Wi-Fi. But if you don't have that available, then you're kind of screwed. Yeah, we don't want the RPI version. Why would we want the RPI version? It's gonna have Broadcom chips in it. ARC64-latest.tar.gz. Does the Odroid M1S tutorial have like the information as well? Odroid M1 tutorial? Odroid M1 is a single board computer using the RK3565 something shit. But they should have like their own image, right? They just use the ARC64 image as well. Wait, what's this? -C root? Oh, that's the target as well. But we'll need this command, so we'll keep this queued. Enter. Right. Oh, -RF. I like that. Nice. Then we'll CD to the desktop. Bro, doing this 5 times for the Odroid N2s is gonna fucking kill me. We are not gonna install this shit on the Odroid N2s. Well, actually, we have to, because it's gonna get us the most efficiency out of it. I kinda have to. Can't not do it. I might just set those up for, like, gaming or something. Game on them. Fucking gaming on a cluster. Bro, that is too many Odroid boards for us. When they come in, we'll have to set it up with Arc, though. Or, I don't want to do Arc again, please, no. Arc on ARM is just killing me. Eating away at my soul. Secret project. LS. Perfect. we're gonna put the we're gonna rm-rf that fucking this ship. Control Shift C. Control Shift V. LS. Make sure it's gone. Okay, now BSD char dash XPF. Copy this one. And then boom. Then we do dash C. Right? Capitals, no capitals. Dash C. And then root FS. Which now we'll put it right there. So then we can see here dash C capital C. Oh my god. I almost put lowercase c. Dash C root FS. Give it some time to figure its life out. Right. Error exit delayed from previous. Oh, I need to do sudo. Do it as super user doer me. Apparently this just works. Surprisingly. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. That worked. And then that gets us to this. I suppose technically we could have just done this from the fucking thing. I mean, I do most of the shit from the terminal, but I will admit it's much easier when you can actually take it back. You really can't do it from the desktop because a lot of the times you have to sudo that shit, and I don't have Thunar set up to do that for me, so I'm gonna use terminal anyway. All right, so we've done that. So it's been set up. We just gotta go ahead and ls root fs. Then we're gonna /boot, which gives you image.gz dtbs. I think we only need image.gz and such. But what are those? Because, I mean, the boot partition is kind of interesting as well. What we need to do is now cd ls doc, see if it's still mounted, sudo umount doc, which unmounts the doc. Then we're going to have to sudo mount /dev /sta1 lsblk. It's not found in fstab. We had this problem yesterday. Can't find /dev /sda1. Okay. Well then. I have other methods. ls boot is mounted to my fucking shit. ls boot or ls let's do etc, or actually what if we cat we did that yesterday, right? /boot. So it's only got those right now? Okay. Interesting. mount and open. Apparently I can mount and open them. I'm gonna unplug the drive. Maybe we won't use... We won't have to do it, because we will just F-disk it onto the thing straight away. Did I fry another one of these? Like, did I actually fry another SD card today? I wonder if I fried it, bro. Cooked that SD card away. Register? Okay. Oh, wait. I'm not putting doc afterwards. ls doc. Yep. Alright, so what we're going to do is copy doc to the, shit. And then we're going to get rid of the images, I think. What do I need to move around? Oh, okay. So we're going to copy this to doc. Or we're going to... We have to do it as sudo, by the way. For this specific step. rf doc. And then pretty much everything within doc needs to go to... Actually, before we do that, mkdir for the desktop. Secret project, and then we'll call it boot caps. Excuse me. What? Did I already create a boot? I don't know. It's talking about. Excuse me. What is this? Todd, there's no way there's actually a fucking boot in this. You know what? We just have to sudo force it. Sudo. Excuse me, why? Okay, well, let's just cd into there. Maybe that's why, because there is a boot in this one. There we go. And then, I'm guessing maybe it's because you have to be in the directory to do it. Oh, you know what it was? Is that I was putting a space between it and boot. So I was trying to create the fucking desktop and also put boot afterwards and make boot as well. So you could technically do sudo mkdir and then put like 5 fucking directories after it and then have it make all of those directories. Very cool. Learning something today. Just like most things, you can do like sudo mkdir abcd and then have directories a, b, c, and d exist. Very cool. I should already know that. That's fucking amazing. But okay. cd dash dash. We're gonna do dash rf, and then we're gonna copy everything out of boot or doc to the mount. And I wonder if there's an example of how they manually install it somewhere for the regular image. Because that's of great importance right now. Anyway. But that's just going to say that. But we want all the directories in there. So that will be every directory in doc. And then, of course, if we want to actually put doc into the desktop, we're going to have to do slash desktop and then slash the directory we want it in, which is boot. But we also need to put slash here because there's another thing called secret projects. Interesting. Error reading those. ls doc. It's got them in there. So maybe they have symlinks, maybe? Hard link files instead of copying. Recursive. It's like force, basically. Maybe I should pull out this. Keep directories. Right. Never allow. Okay. Keep directory symlink. Well, let's try. Oh shit! Flashbang. Try it again, but do it as dash dash keep dash directory dash symlink. Maybe. Cannot move those. So it has init rd and init or system map are the two we can't move in there. I have a 24.02 image, which we have on in the reverse engineering folder. We can investigate from there. However, for now we're gonna hold off. So in boot we have pretty much everything we need. Key things that we're gonna need to do now is open up the other one. Open a new tab. So there we go, we have boot and root fs. And in here there's a boot. You also see bin has a symlink in it. Lib has symlinks, and the sbin have symlinks. Symlinks are important. I don't know what they do, but they're fucking important. So in boot, it's missing stuff now. Root fs. Oh, this makes sense though. No, this makes sense. All right, delete the dtbs. Okay, never mind. See, this is why you have to use the... Yeah, we're going to cd into the desktop and into our secret project to undebify the fucking Ubuntu. Un-Ubuntu the... Man, it's not even Debian, it's just Ubuntu that fucking sucks. Debian's okay. Probably. I haven't tried Debian. I've tried Ubuntu. I mean, there's a lot of packages for Ubuntu. I mean, there's a lot of packages for Fedora, but there's a lot of packages for Arch. I mean, why not just have all of the packages all at once? That'd be even better. Like all of them. Have apt and all of it all in one. That'd be cool. But I see how that would not work. That would be such a problem. We want to go into the boot. Because now I have the permissions to delete shit. ls. Alright, sudo rm-rf dtbs in its entirety. Now, ls. Fucking nothing left. Now, image. Init rams Linux fallback image. Init rams Linux or image. We're gonna cd ... again. ls, or actually, we could have cd'd directly into the thing. cd boot. So we can go into boot and see what's in here. ls. Got dtb already. And compare that with what we have. So it has init.rd, which I believe is for RAM. Init.rd image old. So I think we can delete those because they're images and one of them's old. I don't know what that means per se. Is there an image file in there? Like an image.gz? Or image.gz sounds like it's extractable. That makes me think that we can probably extract it. So there's VM Linux. I don't know what that does. And then there's an init.rd image. Init.rd image old. Okay. Config.ini. There's a boot scr. Boot scr.back. Lots of things to consider here. Oh, it's pain is what it is, bro. Alright, we're gonna try and put, oh, that's it. There's an RD image for the rock chip Odroid ARM as well. But what do we want to do? Do we actually want those? So in the one tutorial for, what the hell? Bro, if you run Arch Linux on Odroid, you're insane. Odroid M1S. Trying to get Arch on the Odroid M1. Anybody want to share notes? It'd be nice if you can share the instruction of the image art of Arch for petit boot issue. Bro, we're looking at this shit. Odroid X and XU4 for about a decade now. Just booted it up on Debian and it's working well. We'll circle back when there are few steps available. Interesting. Net boot installer. linuxfactory.org kr installer. Could we try that? That'd be pretty interesting. Net boot true. Okay, so will come with mainline kernel if my plan works. Well, after several unsuccessful tries, I've managed to run Arch on M1 with stock Ubuntu 20.04 kernel. I gave up after a few attempts to adopt Manjaro with 5.18. No luck with NVMe, HDMI, and USB. Attempted to build a hard kernel 4.19.219 from source. Compiler has shown errors. So following the dirty hack for me, I've got NVMe SD for OS installation. Okay. And a USB stick. Download that. Copy the image file on the USB. I see. Download a generic alarm ARC rootfs and copy it. Same location. Okay. Boot Odroid. Log in. Roll out Ubuntu onto SSD. Reboot. Boot to SSD. Log in. Reboot. Yeah, so they have a NVMe installed on this one. Of course, we can do the same thing. There's a slot for it on the bottom. If we could get an NVMe. But that's up to next month. Next month's investments. Endeavor OS. Odroid M1 Armbian. Armbian. Odroid X. Very low cost, high performance development platform based on the Ionos 4412 ARM Cortex A9 quad core. Bro, this is some old tech too, by the way. Very old, kind of. Anyway, that's unrelated. They don't make Odroid X or the XU4 anymore, unfortunately. Armbian that I use. I would use Armbian, but we have to do Arc because I thought it would be fun for some fucking reason. Based on Debian. Honestly, if we want to go beyond and try some dumb shit, we could try Chimera OS. I feel like it'd be a great OS for gaming, but also I don't really want to. I wonder if Chimera is better than Arch Linux. Is it? Is it faster? No, Arch Linux is empty. There's nothing on Arch. Can't be faster. There's not that form anymore. Oh, it's right here. Here we go. Alright. So kernel modules. We need the 5.10.0 Odroid ARM 64 ARM root. Okay. We could just do this to the actual thing. It's already there. Oh, right. When we do go to put this together, right, so what we can do is copy secret project from desktop, put it into the Ubuntu image inside of the rootfs, right? So then all we have to do is be like, oh, okay, we'll take this portion and then literally just mount the eMMC after we partition it, mount it to those, and then mount them, which will make it like fast as hell. So it'll be the fastest install we've ever done if it succeeds. Boot scripts. I suppose we need these, but boot label Arch Linux ARM. Alright, yeah, that's what we'll do. This is the same thing that we saw in the other one. So inside of that, there should be one of these, which has all of this in here. We'll have to open it and then edit this. Wait, the retraining result? Okay, hold on. Based on Debian? This is worth a test? I mean, we've tried this out a couple times, but we need to copy this, I think, and then put it onto in the boot right here. There is a config.ini. We need to get the Odroid 5.10 kernel, and then it should be that easy. This needs to go into boot.scr, but I cannot change that, I don't think. Open Cape. I could just nano it. Let's just nano it. Nano boot.scr. I don't think you can edit this. It's the same thing almost. What was that warning it gave me? Control X is unwritable. Okay. Do I want to sudo nano that shit? Sudo nano. Haha! Sudo nano. So we already have this. We just have to edit it. Compare and contrast. This versus this. Alright, so then let's start from the top then. So it has the Odroid. It's different. Oh, okay, here we go. Flash kernel. What does that mean? Flash kernel. SCSI, etc. etc. Devnum. Device number of a given type. Same shit. Prefix with the boot partition to the boot files. Kernel ADR. FDT, and then address to load init RD2. U-boot must support the boot I and generic file system load commands. And then it's doing test if negative Z, then phi. If test something phi. Structure in bash is a conditional statement only if the specified condition evaluates to be true. So they just set it to the environment variable or variant M1 board $. Just that's already determined. It's like already in there. All right, so the first change is here. Arch Linux ARM. I hope I don't change the file somehow. MISC. Oh, there is some things going on here. Oh, they say that you should set the S to that. TTY to 21 something. Is that what we should do? Collects the kernel output. Oh, that's actually right. We have that. I just misread it. Alright, then set environmental arguments. Set environment boot args. It's got 3, and this one has 2. FSCK mode. And net.if names equals 0. PCI nomc. Set environment boot args FSCK mode force FSCK repair. Yes. Okay. I'm pretty sure FSCK is a file system tool for repairing stuff. Kind of like fdisk is a formatting, or not a format, partitioning tool. we're gonna use fdisk from the Odroid. From the Ubuntu install, we'll use fdisk. Then we're gonna mount to these, right? That will allow us to get the eMMC partition squared. Get then once they're mounted, all we have to do is undock these. Or dock them, undock them, and then boom, all the shit's gone. And it's straight on the eMMC. And it's a simple process. Should be as easy as I think it is. But hopefully it'll be easy if this works. Nothing's easy in the world of Arch Linux. Except for arch install. Okay, so here's something interesting. Load dev type dev num, and these all have $signs in front of them. Load address prefix config.ini. Then the / and ini generic load address. If test-n overlay profile, then okay, and then ini overlay profile load address. And then doesn't matter if console default console test z for this is different. They don't have a kverse. Oh, but this is also using the 6.1. Maybe we need to have what I removed. Well, I already saved it, but I don't remember what it was. I suppose we just use the 3556 and just leave this as so. I'm sure that one line we deleted won't cause any issues. Just gotta make sure that there's nothing they add in here for Arch Linux, not remove anything. Let's make that a new rule for now. Distro boot part, okay. That's it. So everything's pretty much done at the end here. And that should be good. So we got our boot.scr made. Now we need to go back up, and he says to get the 5.10 kernel, but I'm not going to do that. Create boot.txt. Boot script using the new unified. No, we're not doing that. It shouldn't have been that. So we now have a mkcr script. Check that that's actually correct. That we didn't screw shit up. Okay, so now we have this. Enable DTB overlays in config.ini. Boot into alarm. And in the first section he says to user lib modules and then 5.10 Odroid ARM root, and then that's it. Copy boot files from the Ubuntu image into /boot, and it says VM linux config.ini overlays. Pretty much anything besides those ones is okay to go. So ls. We want to get rid of probably init.rd images, right? Probably want to get rid of those. Wait, but in this one, does he have, maybe he has those as well? Because wouldn't it be init ram ffs? Because it does say in the source file, init.rd image. Is init.rd different from init? I think it is, but I think they do the same shit. Because this is like init initialize like RAM disk or something, probably. RD. I fucking lost, bro. That's brain frying. So odroid firstboot.conf. It's got overlays. If I could just get the board into download mode and then boot it from there. Let's get a Boolean etcher. Do I have the... Yes, I do. Alright. Boolean etcher. Please flash the image onto the thing. Wait. Do you flash it? UMS mode odroid M1S. Because it might not be a flash. It might just be... It's the EMM flash to SD card. Okay, so yeah. Or DD command. Fuck DD command, bro. Fucking hell. Flash from file. Downloads. And it should be in here. X EMMC to UMS image. Continue. Flash it. See, I've changed my mind. I want to try actually getting it back to download mode. Oh, wrong one. Oops. Nice. Alright. Cool. So that should be good. Hi, DD. Right. Alright, so I want to try getting it to UMS mode. The reason being is if we have it in UMS mode, I'll be able to just put it straight on there and I don't have to do extra steps. I kind of changed my mind. I don't like doing extra steps really, and if I can avoid it, then I want to do so. There's one thing that needs to happen, is that that device needs to be unplugged from the other monitor. Unplugged this. Unplugged this. Give me that. The good cable. The good cable. TH3 good cable. Today. Back with another episode of TH. What if we fried the EMMC? We could have fucking fried the shit. Oh. 8 gigabytes. Boop. 8 gigabytes later. 500 gigabytes. You know I need 500 terabytes of storage. Right now. Alright, plugging the cables in. Trying to go for that double cable. Oh shit. Yeah, just go for it. Do it! Do it, brah. Alright, so it's in download mode. Or something. Son of a... Wait, is it not in... It's not in download mode. Bro, if we just LSBLK, we'll see that's not there. Oh my god. Wait, there is an SDA. That wasn't there before. That is the SDA we're looking for. Okay, so we found that. This is amazing. So we've done it. This guide says nothing about setting the thing. Okay. We're making good progress though. We've actually gotten this thing into fucking download mode for once. I like it. I really like this board anyway. I'm glad we've gotten it back and up and running in the download mode. Just by running Ubuntu on it. Like, how the fuck did Ubuntu fix our problems? What thing? I don't remember what the thing is. My parameters are overfried. Echo MK image not found. Please install Ubuntu tools. Uboot tools? Oh, maybe I needed to do that. So we need to put a bootloader on there potentially. Maybe. But hopefully not. So if we have a problem, we'll reflash Ubuntu onto the fucking SD card. Onto this. If that's a problem. Then we'll just fix it by going into Ubuntu after pressing the pads together. And it somehow fixes it. So then we'll try to boot from SD card from now on. That's if shit gets really bad. So, that's just a statement about that. Whoa. Noise. System D, bro. I wonder if there's System D memes. No, now I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted. System D memes, bro. Yeah, I should have Ubuntu on another SD card, but I don't want to. I mean, if I can set up this one that's like screwed up anyway, that'd be the smart idea. I don't know if it's actually screwed up. I hope not. I sure hope it's not. We might need U-boot though. That's the reason I'm worried about, is that it might be that it needs U-boot. Let's figure out what we need to fucking get rid of. That's what we need to do. So we need to get rid of init.rd.image, I think. A lot of people will know the answer if we just look it online. Initial RAM disk component for the Linux boot process. It's a compressed archive containing basic file system with essential drivers and utilities. Needed to mount the actual root partition. Oh, okay, so it's just init RAM fs, pretty much. Then we'll just dump this guide to AI, then tell it to resume it. Alright, so how do I'm just going to copy that. This is too much, it won't be able to copy all this. I'll just copy the link and give it the link. We'll see if it figures it out. Or AI. Bro. Help me with Arch Linux. Bro, this is too much information. Brain fried. This is basically Gemini. Gemini? It will give us good answers, but there's sometimes that it's wrong. Aha! Nice! It's given us some steps. Oh. This is not cool. Oh, okay. This is stuff we've already done. With SED MMC block. Does the Pi 4 have an MMC built on it? MMC block? Pi EM or MMC block? Pi eMMC. It might have one built in there. Oh, SD card built into it? Excuse me, is that what that means? eMMC. Yeah, the Pi series doesn't have those, but Compute Module 4 does. I like the Compute Module. There's a board that can host like 6 of them. This more be cleaner to read than the forum post. Finalize the boot. Finalize and boot. Unmount both partitions. Insert SD card into your ARM device connect. It's pretty much the basic shit that we did with the Pi 4, Pi 5, or whatever. Pi 4 is easy. They have a guide on it, but we just need this. The only thing that we're missing 4, we've done 4, we've done 5 in config.ini, and then boom, boot into alarm is the last thing we need to do. So, besides deleting the rest of the shit, RM. I think we need to definitely remove the RM, or yeah, do that. Do RM -rf, and we're gonna do sudo init rd. Let me see if there's anything else that conflicts with what I'm about to do, and then just get rid of it. ls. We should have gotten rid of those. Oh, I just put int rd. Oops. Bro, I am detarded. ls. Huh? Oh, I put int rd. Oops. Huh. I wonder why I'm so bad at this. ls. There we go. Now it's gone. Thank God. DTB is good. VM Linus is good. I think we will need those 6.1. I'm curious though. What is this? I bet it works on 6.1. Internal storage system. Used for Ubuntu 22. That's wrong. The Ubuntu 22 has the 6.10 as well. Oh, that's the default kernel version. Panfrost? Oh, okay, that makes sense now. So we will probably want that. That's the kernel itself. So yeah, that's one of the things we fucked up before, was we didn't put that on there. I'm just checking these files to make sure none of these are like fucking weird. Or we don't need them at all. System.map, we definitely needed that shit, and the guide doesn't say anything about that. What is the DTB? DTB is the roots or some shit. This is important. DTB. It's the file system for the, or device tree. Oh, there we go. Excuse me, but that's the actual correct version of the name. That's literally the fucking... Bro, it's so hallucinating right now, bro. It's fried. Okay, well that's fine. Well, yeah, then we just need to... ls dot. Then that gives us rootfs. Okay. So then ls.dot/rootfs. Just trying to find out what the directory is, and then /boot, and then everything in boot. Okay. And then don't do that as a ls. We're gonna do it as a sudo cp-rf. Then move all of that stuff into my boot. I hope this works, but odds are it won't. What do you mean no such directory? Oh. Right. This is a fucking weird way of doing this shit. ls. Now I have the DTBS. Still, okay, good. Image.gz image. What is image? What is image actually? I'm kind of curious. Do we need to flash that or something? Or is that just how Arch Linux is? I am very, very lost. My apologies. Image. Image.gz. 15 megabytes. This is 41 megabyte Windows or EFI program. Aha! Fascinating. Init RAM FS image. 14.9 megabytes as well. Nice. Now, time to attempt to put this back. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Or attempt to put it on there. Cancel that. Okay, so we figured out how to do that. It's now time to cd dash dash. Then we're gonna go ahead and mount our different. Okay, so we're gonna lsblk again. fdisk /dev /sda. What is this? Oh right, sudo. Keep forgetting that because my Pi doesn't have sudo. All right, let's do it, bro. And we don't need to do anything else, right? We just need to mount the fucking shit in there. N P fucking say, let's do 1. 4096 plus 1G. We don't need to worry about the types. That's going to be in makeFS, I think. Or do we? What was the fucking file system type on the Ubuntu image? Probably ext4. Boot partition for hard kernel Ubuntu file system format. Yeah, what is this probably gonna give me? Probably something. Okay, ext4, got it. T. L. We want ext4, so 0f. extd. Then we're gonna do new primary to should be after. Okay, hit 4096 and then it will default us to that, and then we want to do enter and plus 4G to create my. Alright, then create a fucking. What is it called? Swap partition. I want to make a swap partition for sure. Common practice is to use ZRAM, which creates a compressed block device. Oh. Oops. Oh, we'll just change it then. I know you can do that. E to resize. E to default size. Alright, then I want to preview it. Nested BSD disk label? Could you do that? Have like that and then have BSD? Yeah, so we don't really want to do that. We'll just do ZRAM for our swap, and then let's go ahead and hit V, I guess? Something? V? Alright, so we're good. Let's do this. Probably. I don't know if there's anything else we want to do. I think we'll just hit W. Alright, then LSBLK. 2 of those. Oh yeah. That's actually working, even though I definitely don't have anything plugged into my USB. And the USB is, like, right here, and it has nothing in it, so I'm not messing up that shit. Okay, so the eMMC has just been formatted, and now has SDA and SDA2. So, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna copy, we're gonna mount SDA1 as to dock. Wait, why is... That doesn't look right. That's 1K. That should be 1G at least. So, I think I fucked it up. How did that happen? Plus 1G and it started at 4096, right? Weird. Alright. O... P... hit Q. I don't want to do that. Let me just... Why is it 1 kilobyte? That doesn't make any sense. That is not enough space for the image. We need to set that to 1 megabyte. So... What are we going to do? So let's just do wipe fs/dev /sda sudo wipefs, and it was dash something afterwards, or no, it was just dash rf maybe, or dash f lsblk. Hold on. Dash H. Dash force. Dash all. Oh, right. Yep. Dash F and dash A. And then we're going to sudo fdisk. Creates a new partition. N. Or actually do O. N. Or did it do that already for me? P. 1. Default. Plus 1G. Just do the fucking Raspberry Pi method. That should be the correct size. T. It's 0F. Yep. Then we do another new partition. N. P. 2. Enter. Enter. W. Enter. LSBLK. SDA1, SDA2, they're present, but SDA1 is still only 1K, which is wrong, since it should be a lot larger. But that just means what happens is it starts let's give it 2 gigabytes, okay? Let's give it 2. I know it's wrong. There's a partition there that wipefs can't remove. Sudo fdisk. Then we're not gonna make a new one. It's already made our MB. Oh wait, we could just do O. Then it creates the fucking DOS MBR. And P 1. First sector, enter, plus 2G, right? That should be perfect. That should give us 1 gigabyte. We want to see 1G at least for the size. And then, of course, T 0F should be NP 2 enter, enter, W, enter. And that's it. LSBLK. 1K again. What, 1 kilobyte? What? What the Gregory? What the fuck? Grog does not know why there is problem with Grog OS. Greg file system, Grog screwed. Grog-like file system. Bro. What? Why? 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 It's 1K. It should be 1G. We're trying to... God damn it. We need to do the wipe FS again. We just need to keep wiping the FS until it's 1G. Right? Why is it only 1 kilobyte though? How the fuck does that work? Does it just allocate it as like fucking 1 kilobyte? Because obviously you can't just fucking shove what we're about to shove in there with 1 kilobyte. Also, since I prepared everything, we're gonna copy everything into those. So we're just gonna go ahead and mount them and just see what happens. Mount, sudo mount /dev /SDA 1 to doc fsconfig failed, cannot allocate memory. The message may have more information after failed mount system call. Oh. Okay. Well, if that failed, what about SDA2? Interesting. What's wrong then? Man, demessage, bro. Demessage. Oh, wait, it is not permitted? Oh, sudo demessage? Oh! Can't find ext4 file system. Oh. I'm a fucking idiot. Whoops. You know what I am? I'm an idiot. We forgot the mkfs.ext4 /dev /sba1. Bro, that fucking hell. It's pretty clear that I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But that's okay, I use arch, by the way. Yeah, do it. Perfect. Too big for a file system with 0 blocks. With 0 blocks. Or lower inode count. God damn it. Oh, let's try SDA2. SDA2 worked fine. SDA1 is fucking kaput. Okay. So the 1 kilobyte is something. So that's very interesting. Oh, let's be okay. We're gonna wipe FS on the one thing. It's like toilet paper, bro. Hit it with the wipe FS and it will all your problems go away. Alright. LS. BLK. Bro, we're fucking this thing so bad. Like, RM. So there's RMs in there. It says an RM. I don't know what that means. Wait, ROM1, I guess? Who knows? So what is the LSBLK gonna give us now? What is it gonna, or actually, what is the fdisk gonna give us now? Sudo fdisk /dev sda1. or SDA. I say we do 3 partitions. Try 3 partitions. I mean, because whatever's in SDA1 doesn't want to go away, regardless of how many times I F this it. So that can't be going away. Well, it says 58.2 gigabyte /dev/SDA. Alright, make that new thing. Then we're gonna do a new partition. It's gonna be number 2. New primary 2, of course. I suppose it needs to start there, and then plus 2 GB, or plus, well, give it plus 1 G. T, actually, L. Yeah, just leave it as it is. Let's not touch it with that terrible shit we've been doing to it. Maybe that's the problem, is that we keep hitting with the EXTD. Or maybe not. We'll just leave it as is, and then if it doesn't work this time, we'll change it up in the next attempt. NP3. Enter. Enter. W. Enter. LSBLK. It's still 1K. Whatever I did, it's still 1K. So the first partition is just bad. Maybe it's faulty, like some kind of fault issue. Two bytes were erased. LSBLK. Alright, well, I suppose we'll just do this again. This time we're going to just do it like we did before without the extra step. Without doing T at all. P1. First sector. Sure, why not? And then plus 1G. And then new primary. Number 2. Where SDA1? I did it as SDA2 that time. So I did SDA2 in an attempt to see if that would change anything. But that obviously doesn't change anything because apparently it's anything on that first section is just fucked. Maybe I corrupted it or something. I don't know. We put this thing through pain. This thing is going through pain right now as I flash the shit to it. First sector, yeah, enter, and then hit W to write it, and then LS, BLK, and then it should be just 1G. Oh, doing EXTD screwed up the shit. So don't do EXTD. Don't do the T in the EXTD. Otherwise, you won't have a partition that's 1G. Okay, so that's a good thing to learn. We just learned by hitting our head against the wall until we grew an extra brain cell. Makes sense now. Okay, sudo mkfs.ext4. Now I'm pretty sure, I don't even know why you can change the partition in fdisk. I don't know why you can do that, but that's a thing. And that's, I guess, important. So ext4, and then /dev /sda1 mbr boot sector data. What does that mean? So it's there, but why? What is that? What? I'm confused. There shouldn't be anything there. I don't know if I want to mount it or no. What do you all think I should do? Should I hit no, then should I mount it to dock and see what's there? Or should I press Y and just get rid of it Give it a good vote. Everybody, let me know what you all think. Because I don't know what to do right now, and I think let the audience guide the decisions is a great idea right now. I mean, it can't hurt to explore, but I don't want to fuck this thing up by mounting it if I don't have to. And I'm sure mounting SDA1 could cause an issue. N? Okay, got it. So we're going to do N, and then we're going to mount it to dock. Sudo mount /dev/SDA1 to dock. Okay. Maybe it is a boot sector and that one doesn't get touched. Right? So that's the boot sector. We're not gonna touch it. We're gonna redo our wipe FS again. I think I know what's going on here. Maybe. I could try. Let's do the least invasive procedure. We're gonna do wipe FS, and then we're gonna do fdisk again. And this time we're gonna do it np1, and then we're gonna go to 4096, right? Because I believe that's the original boot partition for the bootloader. Oh, +1G. Right? We don't need to make a partition for the bootloader. And then do another one, which is going to be np enter. Don't do that. 4096 will already be taken. So hit 4096. We'll default to this. Boom, boom, and then W to write it. LSBLK. We should see 1 GB. Yes. Okay. So that's the boot partition. So that 1 KB ghost partition thing that keeps happening, I believe is potentially related to the boot partition existing. That there's a bootloader on the actual eMMC itself, which is good, because there wasn't at one point, because we accidentally fucked shit up. Then when we put the Ubuntu card in, it fixed it, and then, like, what the fuck are we even doing now? This is some absolute fucking mania. My brain is being fried. Alright, let's go ahead and, we've already F'd this. Well, let's go ahead and make the FS. No. DOS MBR boot sector data. It's the boot sector? Can't mount it, I mean... It's still there? Damn. How big is it then? Like the boot sector? The boot partition is pretty huge then, I think. This is weird. Let's do it again, I guess. I mean, let's just fucking go with Y and see why not. Yeah, why not? I don't know what DOS MBR boot sector data is. It's 6th of March 2025. MK2FS. Maybe no. Actually, change that back. We need to do wipe FS again. I think it's just a bigger partition than I think it is. Or we need to do DD to zero it out. Alright, so let's go ahead and run that DD command. From the M1 installation. So let's just copy this and then sudo that right in here. 8 records in, and then it's 8 megabytes copied at 4.3 gigabytes per second. Alright, then we're gonna go ahead and, so 8 megabytes is, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is, well, let's go ahead and do plus 9 megabytes. So that way it's got space for the, or plus 10, 12, something like that. LSBLK, or actually sudo fdisk/dev/sda. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start it off at like 10, and then continue on from there. 10 megabyte for the first one. N P 1, then this needs to be bigger than 8, so it needs to be like not 8096, but I think it's got to be like 1248 0. That would be correct or something. No, don't do that. Actually, yeah, 12480 is like what we need. Then plus 1G. That should be good. And of size 1000. Interesting. So when you do the change partition size, I guess, E. New size in bytes, 1G. And then how big is it then? V. Oh, okay. M. Or actually, yeah, M for help. I guess I. Starts at 1240, which is exactly what we wanted. And then it ends at that number, which is a gigabyte pass. Alright, so then we can create a new partition, so we should be good. That will be 1 gigabyte, that'll be our boot partition. N P 2, then enter and enter to give us our default E. To size default is that. How do you make it all the way? Plus 57, 56 G. Invalid size. Okay, then E for plus 55 G. Or actually, there's a command that there was up there that says list 3 space for unpartitioned types. F. F. Start end 1 size 57. 211 that number. So if I just hit E again. Size, and then it says S sectors. So 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 4, 2, 7, 1, 9, and then S. Okay, maybe that's not. Why didn't it just default to the full thing then? I guess E defaults. Defaults to 5.1 megabytes. Let's go ahead and put it as like 48, or no, 53 G. That fails. Okay, we'll just keep doing this until I figure it out. E. Enter. 43 G. Why do you only want to be that large for some reason? Q. Clearly that's not working. So we've flashed something onto the thingy. in that partition, and then of course P to get our partition info. UMS disk. So yeah, that's a thing. The disk label is DOS. Cool. Then I can hit. It needs to start at. Remember, it needs to start at 12 P 1 12 40 or 480 to start off at 12480. Default. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna just go for +1 G or 1 G in size, right? That's wrong, though. Wait, is that wrong? Hold on. 1023 megabytes. Megabits. Megabytes. Or something. Megabits. That's megabits? Bytes? Bits? Bro. Why not just 2 megabytes? But anyway, that's the number we're looking for. That's 1 gigabyte. Because if it's megabytes, it can't be kilobytes. Bro, what was my brain on last time? We're fucking stupid. Stupid as hell, bro. N P 2 4096. Or actually, that number would actually be valid. So 12. That's why it wasn't correct. 12840. Do this, and then it will start from the end. Enter, and enter. 57.2 gigabytes. That's why it wasn't working before. Not only was it wrong on that first partition, but the second partition was actually placed before the first partition, so no wonder it didn't work. LSBLK. But that's only 1023.9 megabytes. And I want that to be bigger. I can't change it now. I'm just gonna roll with it as it is. Fuck that shit. Bro, apparently that's not enough still. Maybe it should start like fucking way earlier, way later. Alright, let's try it again. Let's just fucking re-wipe the FS. Then we're gonna do F-disk. Bro, I have to F-disk this shit so many times. This ain't even funny anymore. Yeah, so F-disk, right? Do, a new partition. A primary partition. 1 GB. Start F-disk from 1G. F-disk and LSBLK. Bro, F-disk is my most used command right now, bro. This certainly is. 1. Start. It wants to default true to that one, but we need to go ahead and give it like. Plus. It wants a sector though. So I guess it was 12480 MIB. So that's why it was weird. Oh. Megabytes. Okay. 12.48 gigabytes. Well, actually, this is just regular IBs. KIBs. This is KIBs. 12 MIB, or actually, let's give it 16. 16 MIB to bytes, right? That number? That doesn't look like my 1248. 12480. Right? That does not look like that. I guess KBs? Did I allocate KBs to it? What the fuck was I allocating? But it started at 12480. I suppose we'll just give it a megabits. Excuse me, what? Megabit to bytes. Cool. 200. 4 zeros after your 20. What the fuck? So you have 3 zeros. Oh, it's 2 million byte. That makes sense. I'm not sure what fdisk uses. I'm pretty sure it uses sectors. 200. 00. 0? Let's just go with that. That sounds about right. 200,000 sounds about right. And then plus 1G. Yep, that should be it. 1 GIVs. Perfect. And then the first time we did it, it was not 1 GIVs. It was something else. Something else entirely. Not 1 GIVs. But hopefully this does not conflict with the thing that's on there already. So, new P2 default. No, 20000. No, don't do that. Cancel that. Can I not cancel that? Oh, I fucked it up. Q. No! It wants to know so bad. $512 bytes, bro. Move the partition somehow. Fuck. Discard. D. 2. Fucking hell. New. Primary. 2. 000. Yes. Then it will default us. I hate math. Enter. W, enter. LSBLK. Nice, now I have an actual fucking 1 gigabyte thing. Perfect. Good stuff. Now we can actually do our fucking MKFS and shit. But we already did our sudo dd, but we did wipe fs a few times. So sudo dd if that shit, and then oh right, SDA1. SDA. Boom. All right. 19.8 megabytes per second. Megabits. LSBLK. SDA is broken now. Oh, fuck. No. Well, actually, now I can just do my F disk again. We're almost to that, but I have to remake it. God damn it. I guess we don't need to do the DD because it does a flash. DD just makes your file system go away, I suppose, or something. NP1. Right, that should be good. Plus 1G. So we had to put that on there because I wiped the file system and I forgot to do that. Fdisk again. Yeah, we're stuck in an Fdisk loop, guys. Totally. And cp 200000, which will, oh, 2, oops, 20,000 partition later, bro. 2000. Nice. Got it. LSBLK. Right, it's in there. Cools. Super cools. F this. Fucking almost F this kid again. Back to F this, guys. Sudo mkfs .ext4. It's not out of the fucking picture that this could be completely garbage and fucked up and we gotta do it all over again, guys. /dev/sta 1. Nice. See, I thought that wasn't gonna work. So that's right. sta2. Cool. Super block backups. Nice. So now we have both the file systems. They're ready to be docked. Let's go ahead and lsblk again. So we now have our ext4s, and one of those is listed as disk, so that's correct. Just verifying the correctness using my eyeballs, I can see that it's definitely correct, probably, I hope. Now it's time to do the fun part, which is sudo mount dock and sudo mount dock twice. Sudo mount dock, or sudo mount /dev/sta1 to dock, and then do the same thing for sta2 to dock2. Then we're gonna go ahead and sudo cp from the desktop -rf. So we created this shit on the desktop. It's ready. We just need to get it off the desktop and into the correct place. So then it's secret project, then /boot, all caps boot. Copy that shit over to dock. Please work. Thank God. Root fs lowercases. Boot. Is root fs ready? Root fs is probably not ready. Actually, take that back. Hold on. Root fs is not ready because it's still pretty much all Ubuntu, right? No, it isn't. We just did, we just need to get rid of this. This is just extra shit. Pretty sure. Well, we'll leave it there. Fine. I forgot to get rid of that, though. Yes, do it. Son of a... Oh. Can't delete it, but that's okay. It'll just have extra bloat in there. Because I forgot to delete that, but we can just delete that once we get on the system. It'll be fine. Hell yeah. We've got shit to kind of work now. I hope. This does look like the arc one. Let's check the bin first. There should be one that has... It's called... Arch Linux. Okay, cool. Arch Linux keyring's good. We're good. That should work. We can mount it. I'm glad it has Arch Linux in there and not fucking Ubuntu. Otherwise, what was the point in everything we've just done? And it needs to not be to boot, it needs to be to dock to verify that. I verified it with my eyeballs. It's perfect. It's everything I always never hoped it could be. It's gonna take a minute to do this command, but this is it. once this command is done. We should have BSD target. Oh, perfect. ls doc2. Nice. Sudo umount doc and doc2. That means that it's now unmounted. Once we do lsblk, we should not see it's mounted. Bro, that's taking forever. Bro, that's taking hella forever, bro. It didn't actually tell us if there's any errors with us moving all of it over. And I bet, you know, some of those symlinks really do like to throw errors. So that could have potentially done some bad shit. But anyway, it's gonna take a minute. This is about like flashing it like with Boolean Etcher, except I think Boolean Etcher might do this exact same process. But I don't know. I can't be sure. Just gotta wait for it to sudo do super user doer. Super user doing this shit. Bro, this shit's scratched up as hell. That's how many times I've unplugged and replugged the USB. It's just got scratches all over the front of it. Oh, it's done. LSBLK. Nice. Perfect. It's ready. At this time, we're ready to unplug and replug everything. Prepare to plug. Plugging now. Oh, don't do that one first. We unplug this one first to power it off. Boom. Powered off. Power that one off. Then it's time to repower this one. Boom. It's powering. Check the blue light. If it's flashing, that's bad. If the blue light starts flashing, we are doomed. Oh, wait. I forgot one crucial step, but I'm getting the actual display ready as well, so I can actually watch it. Oh yeah, I can just plug this shit in, and then we'll just go through that, and then it will work. Yeah, I can do that. It will make it easier for me. But you all will get to see it in full screen. I won't get the full screen experience. I'll just be watching it through the fucking OBS studio. Noise. Power on. Just let it sit there for a second. Ooh, right. It's powered on. It's got the SD card in it still. Unplug it. Pull that out. Replug. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plugged. Completed. And that's good. It's red for a good minute. Oh wait, that means it's a system fault. Son of a... I hope that doesn't last forever. The system fault. It's got power, but it's got a system fault, which means bad. Means I failed. Means we're doomed. Some might say that we're doomed. Oh yeah. That's power fault. Alright. Unplug that. Unplug this. If it doesn't work this time, we need to do... So the SD card should still be good. But I wonder what's wrong. I can't debug it without that UART cable. We might have to just wait until I have one of those. Which we've made quite a good bit of progress on this. At least I think we made good progress. I mean, some might say that this is terrible. We've failed still. Alright, that should be good. That should be in there, and then plug it in again. Red for system fault. If it starts flashing, means I need to touch the prongs onto the thingy. So it's still an SD card mode or like USB mode. So if I do LSBLK once I have it plugged in, that it's still good. And we can just pick it up another time. This has been one of the difficult installations of all time, but I think we'll end it after this, probably, because we've been going for a minute, trying to do different things. We'll have to pick it up on the weekend, but I do have stuff for next episode, and I'll show you all that for the coding episode tomorrow for programming. But yeah, we should see this in fdisk. And it is there in fdisk, so that is a good sign. So that's good. That's good news. So I don't have to worry about the OTG or anything. So although I didn't succeed at my goal of getting it done this weekend, we're still going to be able to come back and hit this up again when I have a UART cable, which is good. So I do have stuff to show you all that is actually pretty cool that I've been working on. Not that, but that's pretty cool too. So I actually have a project I've been working on, and it's called, if I CD into my desktop, I can show you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Is it D tools lower? It's uppercase. Communicator. It's that one program I started, but I didn't know what to do, so ls. Host. So I can just do /host. And then, so what this does is this is the start for the tokenizer I'll need to build fish superintelligence. My AI replacement. Someday AI. Well, it's an AI that's going to be fully open source. It's my idea. Yeah, you can just put in like words and shit, and it will pretty much give you Unicode or no UTF-8 codes. But it does some more than that. So if I were to put in like just putting in different words, makes me think of balloon for some reason, and then you can put in a sentence and it will do this shit as well. But you can see it takes different pairs and pairs them. The GitHub link, it exists on GitHub as well. That's what I was about to explain. Is that it is on GitHub as well. Fish superintelligence. Code. Here's the GitHub for it. So it's just a work in progress right now, but I've posted the actual host.d, and I had one before that I had worked on. And I'll put this in the chat as well. But it's written all in D, so it's been pretty interesting to program it. Feel free to check that out, because as you can see, what this does is it takes the words and then it also multi-threads or does threading, but it's not very good right now, so it's gonna be a bit until I get the threading to work. But I can take apart words or take a sentence like whatever this is. This is a fucking weird sentence, but if I had like a normal sentence like something, and it can also oh, never mind, but it would work with that. Do like a normal sentence, like take a line from a book and just shove it in here. It will do the exact same shit, which is a good start. Now the thing is, it identifies pairs, and what I want to get it to do today is like take the actual values. See, every time this occurs, it adds a new pair to this, even though it might not register it here per se. It's still there in the actual array. So then I need to create a way of saving that data, and then some other shit, and then some more shit, and then There's a lot of stuff I still don't have answers to how I'm going to do it, but it's kind of just a learning process. It's been pretty fun to work on. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be programming for a bit.